Hey guys, hashtag spooky here with another video. Why do I call myself hashtag spooky? Because everything I make ends up being hashtag spooky. And I'm coming at you today with something completely different. I figure around this time of year, everyone's just making a video about their favorite horror movies, or they're talking about their favorite horror villains, but I want to come at it in a different direction. So I've come up with a list of all of the hunks, himbos, dilfs, and g-dilfs that make up our horror icons, and we're going to rank them based on how fuckable they are. Stay tuned. So here we go. We have our lovely little chart built using tiermaker.com. Shout out to you guys for helping me make this. Please sponsor this video. So we have our categories here. Number one, the cream of the crop Giga Chads. This is the most fuckable of all fuckable, grade A, godlike dick. This is going to be where the top tier goes. Just underneath that, okay, is the Chad. Think of it as like Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2, all right? Down after that is just a regrettable one-night stand. 3 in the morning, you swipe right on them on Tinder, you match, you exchange a few words. Everyone's lonely, so you just kind of meet up and whatever happens, happens. Underneath that is a left swipe. As soon as you see them, just nope, I'm gonna go ahead and pass. And then finally, our last category is incel. These are creatures that are just doomed to have sexless lives forever. No chance of any at all. So our very first villain here is the creature of the Black Lagoon. And we're going to immediately put this into the Giga Chad category. Oh, you want to debate me on this? You want to say that I'm wrong? You want to say that absolutely nobody would ever want to fuck a fish monster, huh? Have you not seen The Shape of Water? That entire movie is about trying to the creature from the Black Lagoon, and that won an Oscar. So if we can make a romantic comedy about wanting to this thing, and also making sure that that is like the #1 movie of that year, then I'm gonna put him in the Giga Chad category. That is the most Giga of Giga Chad possible. Up next is Wolfman, and I think Wolfman, he's a little hairy, a little scary, probably not the smartest, probably not the best with words, so we're just going to go ahead, we're going to put him in a regrettable one-night stand. That is a one and done. You go home, you shower, you're cleaning yourself off, you look at the mirror and go, what am I doing with my life? How could I have sunk so low at that point? Next up is The Mummy, and this thing is not exactly cute or attractive whatsoever, so as soon as we see that on Tinder, he probably only has like 2 or 3 words in his profile, so we're gonna go ahead and just swipe left completely on him. We're just gonna give that a nice hard pass. No thank you. No offense, Mr. Mummy. I'm sure you got a great personality, but I'm not here to measure that. I'm here to bone. After that, we have the Phantom of the Opera, which is going to be our very first Chad. This dude lives underground. He is a musical genius, and he is just a man of mystery. Having that going for him is just like giving him so much. It doesn't matter how like deformed and ugly he is, really. The fact that people are just like attracted to him for who he is just Chad energy, pure Chad energy. Speaking of Chad energy, we are gonna go with Frankenstein's monster, the movie version of Frankenstein's monster. If we're going with the novel version of Frankenstein, then we are going into incel. In fact, I'm going to argue that Frankenstein's monster from the novel is history's very first incel. The only thing he wanted was his creator to provide a girlfriend for him. Sounds like some big incel energy to me. But if we're just going with the himbo hung from the first movie, absolute Chad. No denying that whatsoever. Now we have Norman Bates. And Norman Bates is a mama's boy, is a little needy, is a little wanty. We're gonna have to go ahead and just go ahead and put him here, incel, doomed forever for a sexless life. This guy's not gonna be able to pull anything ever. Hopefully he doesn't hear me say that, otherwise he's gonna stab me in the shower. The Invisible Man, absolutely featureless, has nothing going for him personality-wise that makes me want to be attracted to him. I think if he really tried, maybe he'd be able to pull something, but for now, we're going to swipe left on him. And in a controversial move, I think this is going to piss off some die-hard horror fans here. We are actually going to put Jason Voorhees right next to Norman Bates in the incel category. I have my reasons. Yes, he is a big himbo hunk. Yes, he has big arms. He can pick me up by the ankles and slam me into a tree, which is very attractive, by the way, but I'm gonna have to go with my gut here and select incel. He is a total mama's boy, the same way that Norman is. He is definitely like, sex is the last thing on his mind right now. As soon as I start taking my clothes off, he is ready to cut my head off. I'm putting it that way. Write in the comments below how pissed off you are and how wrong I am for doing this, but I really just see him as an incel. Next off, we have Ghostface, and this is going straight up here to Giga Chad. Can I be real with you guys here, okay? Let's zoom in on me. Just look at me right now, okay? If you meet a girl, and she's into horror, and she says that her favorite creature or her favorite horror villain is Ghostface, that girl is a freak. What I mean by that is like whips and chains are like vanilla for her, okay? She probably has like a harness that she likes to sleep in. They, without a doubt, have a knife collection. They, without a doubt, are into some of the absolute nastiest things that you can even come up with. In fact, it's beyond anything that you can come up with. I am telling you, when you get her in that bedroom, she's going to be even nastier than anything you could think of. She's going to hand you a knife and go, if we build up a relationship, I'll let you use my favorite knife. That kind of freak shit. I can't explain it, but for some reason, a bunch of women watched Scream, and when they saw the knife go into Drew Barrymore for the first time, they had a sexual awakening. There was just something in them that just said, I wish that was me. Speaking of Giga Chads, Candyman is going up there, okay? There are people out there who will just look in the mirror and say Candyman 5 times in a row, just so that way he will appear and murder them. He is that much of a hunk. Now we have the cop from Maniac Cop, and that is going directly to the incel category. ACAB, have fun with no pussy, you pig. Nobody likes you. Now we have the old dude from Saw, Mr. Jigsaw himself, and we're gonna have to put him in the swipe left category. Canonically, he's already dead, so that would just be like probably a felony if we tried to fuck him, because we'd have to dig him up at that point. So we're gonna have to go ahead and pass for now. Next up is Leprechaun, and nobody out there wants to fuck Leprechaun, right? Look at me in the eye and please assure me, absolutely nobody wants to bone Leprechaun. So we're gonna go ahead and put Leprechaun right here in the incel category. Pamela Voorhees. I am scared to death of this woman. This is the person who, like, if you were to, like, have, like, basically, like, lead her on, try to tell her, like, oh, yeah, we could totally be a thing, and then you're, like, fucking around and you have a side girl or something like that, she won't only key your car, she will slash your tires, and she will find your side chick and kill her. So we're going to go ahead and just do a swipe left. I kind of don't need that energy in my life right now. Another big incel. In fact, here, spoiler alert, we're going to have 2 incels in a row. Nobody in the entire world looks at the Puppet Master and thinks, I want some of that. I need that in my life. I'm going to absolutely, like, lose myself right now because of the level of horny I am at this thing. Same with Chucky. They're both inanimate objects, come to life, ready to murder. There's nothing remotely sexually attractive about any of these two. No, wait, now that I think about it, oh no. There was like one movie where a girl literally turned herself into a doll just so she could fuck Chucky. That's actually some pretty Chad moves right there. So maybe I think about it. That's canonically in the movie, though. I'm thinking about people who actually watch these films, not the people that are in the films. So we're gonna go ahead and just keep Mr. Chucky here at the incel category. Nobody watches Chucky and thinks, I need to just get absolutely dominated by that thing. Next up is Carrie, and I gotta say again, kind of like Mrs. Voorhees, she absolutely scares the shit out of me. This is somebody who, if I have like a regrettable one-night stand with, I'm going to wake up the next day in a bathtub full of ice with my kidneys missing. So we're just gonna go ahead and respectively swipe left on them. Next up, we have Freddy Krueger, who admittedly has some baggage that he comes with, right? With the whole kitty diddling thing. But other than that, I think like a lot of people see Freddy and are just like, I'd fall asleep just to hit that. So we're going to put Freddy here in the regrettable one-night stand category. I feel like there are a lot of people out there. Now, this next one for Pinhead is making me realize that I should have put a category higher for Ultra Instinct Giga Chad and only have Pinhead there. So we're going to put Pinhead number 1, the most giga of Giga Chads completely. This man will tear you apart piece by piece in so many different ways and like make you rethink what pain and pleasure even is. There's so many people who watch that and go, where's that fucking box? I need to summon Pyramid Head and the rest of the Cenobites and just have them tear me to pieces. Next up, we have the Coal Miner here from My Bloody Valentine, and we're just going to go ahead and put him right here in Regrettable One Night Stand. I feel like he's not too off basis for like somebody you'd invite over, but also at the same time, not really what you're wanting for when it comes to boning. So, you know, you just hook up once, smash and pass. You just kind of, slightly ghost them a little bit afterwards, the day after. and just kind of move on with your life, not really think about it. Captain Spaulding is responsible for so many clown fetishes at this point that it's not even funny. I'm not exaggerating. Meet anybody, man, woman, or anybody in between, and ask them, are you into clowns? Oh, you are? Okay. Did you see The Devil's Rejects growing up as a kid? Did you see Three from Hell growing up as a kid? Did you see A House of a Thousand Corpses growing up? Oh, you saw all three, and that's why you're into clowns right now. I'm telling you, just like Ghostface over here, just unlocks something in some people's brains. So we're going to go ahead and add that to the Giga Chad category. We have The Fiend from WWE. So, a really good mask, a really good modern monster. I wish they were still in the company, but at the same time, there's nothing really super spooks about them. So we're going to go ahead and just put them in the swipe left category here. The Tar Monster from Return of the Living Dead, absolute fucking Chad. Could slay anybody, could pull anything that he wants to. Enough said on that one. Let's see, next up we have Rawhead Rex, which will absolutely just fuck you into pieces. Now there's something just kind of like visceral and kind of hot, right? It's like a wild animal, a beast that's just going to tear you apart. But at the same time, not exactly anything else beyond that. So we're going to go ahead and put him at Regrettable One Night Stand. He's kind of a big uggo, but at the same time, he would absolutely blow your back out. So we're going to go ahead and put him in Regrettable One Night Stand. It'll be worth it, but it's not going to be a reoccurring thing. Deborah Logan from The Taking of Deborah Logan. All I can say is what else that mouth do, girl? What else does that mouth do? The creature from It Follows. Yes, if we put it in One Night Stand, it's going to be the last one night stand of your life, all right? There's nothing more Chad than being able to fuck something to death. Oh my God. Cthulhu! I don't know if it's possible to really bang Cthulhu. I've always pictured Cthulhu being like 1,000 feet tall. That being said, though, he's got a lot kind of going on in common with the creature of the Black Lagoon. So we're going to go ahead and just put him here up in Giga Chad. Without Cthulhu, none of these icons would exist anyways, because he's pretty much the birthplace of all modern horror when it comes to spooky, scary monsters. So that in itself is a pretty Giga Chad move. I'm sure somebody out there somewhere has like a script written where it's a romantic comedy about somebody falling in love with Cthulhu. If they haven't yet, I am writing that script, and I'm getting my Oscar, and I'm going to call it The Shape of Cthulhu. Hollywood, hit me the fuck up. All right, Leatherface. Kind of a big himbo, big doofus. Doesn't really say anything else besides just some grunts, and is a little weird because he kind of wears skin on his face. I think this is going to be a one and done type situation. You can let him keep the mask on if you want, but other than that, I don't really see it being something that kind of blossoms out. However, Mr. Michael Myers here is the Giga Chad. Not only is he just a slasher icon, there are so many people out there right now. It's Halloween season. Halloween Kills just came out around the same time that this video goes live. There are so many people this Halloween that will be wearing that mask while fucking their partners. We have the monster from Basket Case, which... Don't ask me why. Oh no, Brundlefly? Yeah, Brundlefly kind of has not a whole lot going on for him. Not only is he hideously deformed, he has like really big, like, where's my hug kind of energy going for him. So I think we're gonna skip on Mr. Brundlefly here. Hannibal Lecter, absolute Chad. Invite me over for dinner and make me eat myself, please and thank you. Absolutely. It is going into the Giga Chad category. Nobody alive can resist the charms of Tim Curry. This will also count towards the latest renditions of It, so the current movies and also the novel version of It. And now we have the monster from Jeepers Creepers, who was created by a P-word. So we're going to go ahead and put them in the incel category. I hope you have a very nice free life forever. Pyramid Head, absolute Chad. I can't even think of how many people I know who want to be able to just get pulled by the hair by this thing and then have their skin just ripped completely off. That is a Chad if I have ever seen one. Next up, we have the Babadook, and I'm going to go ahead and put him in the Chad category just because he looks like somebody who would have been in an emo band in the early 2000s, and I think that alone is really going to help with this case when it comes to just being able to pull. The Blob. We are going to go ahead and put him in Regrettable One Night Stand. I feel like he's got a lot going for him that kind of like differentiates him from the other experiences you would get from these creatures, but it's not enough to be able to put him in the Chad category. Next up is the Cave Crawler from The Descent, and I'm going to go ahead and just put him right here and swipe left. I'm sure he's very nice. It has some features of like a bat and an orc kind of like combined together. Maybe somebody out there would really like that. I'm not too sure. But as for me personally, I'm going to go ahead and swipe left as soon as I see that. Next up is The Thing from John Carpenter's classic. We're going to go ahead and put this here in the Chad category because The Thing could mimic anything that you want to just bone, and then it will bone you to death. And last but not least, we have Nemesis from Resident Evil 3. I'm going to go ahead and put him in the Chad category just because of how tall and just how like muscular and tough this guy is. I think he is an absolute Chad who would be able to just manhandle anybody who he ends up with. Now, you've probably gotten this far in the video and you're thinking, where's Dracula? How come he left out Dracula? Did he do that on purpose? And the answer quite simply is no. I kind of forgot to put him in here and I realized that during editing, and now I'm kind of mad scrambling to record this portion to cover my ass. But come on, we all know exactly where Dracula's gonna go. Doesn't matter if it's Gary Oldman's Dracula, if it's Bela Lugosi's Dracula, if it's Christopher Lee's Dracula, it simply does not matter. Every single form of Dracula is so unbelievably smooth and seductive and sexy that of course he's going to the top of the chart in the Giga Chad category. That is my list for the most fuckable monsters. I really appreciate you for sticking around to the very end of the video. I think some other videos are probably going to pop up here pretty soon. If you want to pick some other things in my content, please be sure to like the video if you liked it, give it a thumbs down if you hate it, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care and stay spooky.